The new Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Japanese trailer just dropped and oh my god, there is so much I want to talk about. I'm going to do an analysis on this trailer because, like I said, there is a lot to cover just from this little trailer. It's insane. So in the first few seconds, we see the Japanese logos and we see the Necrozma symbol in them. This is probably not news because the Japanese logos have been around for a little while now, but it's really important to note because the Necrozma symbol might be important to these games. Obviously, because Necrozma is a big part of the games, but when you think about Pokemon X and Y's Japanese logos, we saw the Mega Evolution symbol there as well. So if this is something similar to that, it's going to be game-changing for sure. The English logos don't really show anything like that because for some reason, they don't like to have fun with the English logos. They just put the name and the symbol from the game, and that's really it. No hidden message, nothing like that. They don't like to have fun with them, and I don't understand why, but that's just what they do. The new Alola region is also seen behind these logos and the sun is setting. Everything looks a little bit darker and I'm not just talking about the time. If you guys see the distortion world type of portal above Pony Island, that is what I'm talking about. There is something weird going on. Alola might be in danger in this game. There might be something crazy going on. Not just normal danger. If you guys see that huge portal above Pony Island, it looks like it could be something catastrophic and maybe crazier than what happened in Sun and Moon, which really wasn't all that crazy. This looks even more insane. So moving on, we see the male and the female protagonists, and right off the bat, you can tell that these are not the same protagonists from Pokemon Sun and Moon. There is something different about them. They have similarities for sure, but they look younger, they're wearing different clothes, and obviously in the new Alola, there's going to be different outfits to buy, and they've changed things up a little bit. You know, if you guys see the region behind them, it's pretty much the same thing. There's new buildings here and there, but all in all, it looks pretty similar to what Alola was before. People thought there were going to be new islands or different things like that, but turns out it's the same Alola, just different buildings, things like that. So obviously there's going to be new clothes and, you know, different styles and things like that, but it sort of reminds me of a Black 2 and White 2 situation, because in Black 2 and White 2, the main protagonists were kind of similar. I mean, the female protagonist kind of wasn't, but it was sort of like the same thing that's going on here. Sort of, not really. This one looks a lot more similar than the Black 2 and White 2 situation. But anyway, you can tell that they're not really the same people, and that's what's important here. And now we see the same footage of the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon legendaries, but here we see a shrine of some sort in the woods. It looks like a shrine, but it could also be a gym because of the way the trainers are positioned. But I don't want to speak too soon. There's nothing really at the end there, so it's kind of hard to say for sure if it's a gym or a shrine. I really hope it's not a trial because people are hoping for gyms. They want to move away from trials, but this definitely looks like a shrine in the woods somewhere. It might trigger a trial, I don't know. Now this is really cool. This is the new and improved Executor Island, and you just see Executor standing everywhere. I think it would be awesome if you could walk up to them and start a wild battle, just like back in the day, like in Pokemon Gold and Silver, you walked up to the Red Gyarados or Electrode in the Team Rocket hideout and start a wild battle. I know that they do that in the newer games, but just like with Solgaleo and Lunala, where you walk up to them and start a wild battle, but not really with wild Pokemon. So it would be really awesome if they did something like that for Alola and Executor. I mean, look at this. They're so big. It's insane. And now we see Kahili flexing with the golf club. I really want to know more about Kahili. We didn't get enough information on her. It's pretty crazy because she's in the Elite Four. She has a very big presence in the games, but we don't really know anything about her really. Just her background is such a mystery. I kind of want to know where that personality sort of came from and why she likes golf. It would be really awesome to explore all the areas of that, and maybe we're going to get that with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because as you guys can see, she's in a cave. This might take place outside of the Alola League. Maybe they're not in the Alola League anymore. Maybe something different happened. Maybe some other people took over. This is a different universe, so they might not even be anything important. Maybe Kahili's just there playing golf, and she's just a part of a side quest. Speaking of old characters though, here we see Ryuki in what appears to be the Vermilion City Gym. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I don't think Kanto is confirmed. Maybe there is a throwback or a shout out to Vermilion City Gym within Alola, but the trainer classes are different. Just like in Vermilion City Gym, the windows, the trash cans, everything looks so similar, so it's crazy. You guys gotta remember, Lily said something about Kanto, but that doesn't really apply to this game because it's in a different universe. but for some reason Ryuki and Kahili are here, so that's really throwing me off. It's a different universe and a lot of things are different, but Ryuki and Kahili are still here. What is going on? There is something weird that Game Freak is not telling us. There are a lot of hints, such as this Alolan Vulpix in the Ether Foundation. Maybe it's not the Ether Foundation anymore, but I'm seeing something on the right. I don't know if that's Wick, but I can't really tell what's going on. This is insane because we're expecting Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to just be different, have different teams, have different like locations and things like that, but a lot of this stuff seems very familiar, except the Vermilion City Gym. But then again, that does seem familiar because of Kanto, but you guys know what I mean. Like, what is going on with Alolan Vulpix inside the Ether Foundation, Ryuki in Vermilion City Gym, and Kahili in a cave with a golf club? I don't know what could be happening. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has a lot of questions right now, and it's crazy because the games haven't even come out. You guys know when the games come out, we're probably going to have more questions than answers. It's kind of been like that since X and Y, and we haven't really gotten answers for a lot of the stuff in X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which is crazy. I really hope that this trend ends and we sort of get answers. Actually, even in Sun and Moon, we didn't really get answers for anything in Sun and Moon. A lot of stuff is unclear and it's crazy. I really want answers, especially for these things. I need to know what all of this means right now. There's a split second between the main protagonist and that blue text where we can kind of see the Alola region with nothing obstructing it. Now, we don't really see anything different about this. We see the same Ether Foundation boat in the middle there, and the Distortion World portal is really the biggest thing that stands out of all of this. Obviously, there's new buildings, there's different rock formations in some areas. Melamele Island has like a new beach at the bottom or at the top left. So very minor changes here and there, but nothing really too crazy. And now we see the character selection screen, which looks really similar, if not identical, to Pokemon Sun and Moon's character selection screen. The male protagonist and the female protagonist seem to have the same variations that they offered in Pokemon Sun and Moon, so nothing is really different here. Here you will notice a very familiar scene, and this happened in Pokemon Sun and Moon when you change it to your regular outfit, and apparently in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as well. The rooms look exactly the same, just the wall color is different, and other than that autograph picture right there on that stand, I can't really see anything of importance in this room. The Nintendo Wii U seems to be gone, but it looks like there's a Switch in front of the TV stand, but I can't tell for sure. Here we see the male protagonist running through Hau'oli City, and it looks like Machamp has finished working on this building in Hau'oli City that used to be sort of like a lot. And it looks like some sort of studio, like a photography studio. I can't really tell. Some people say it's a gym, but honestly, I don't think it's a gym. It looks too sort of commercial-ish or retail-ish to be a gym. But honestly, it could be a gym. I just don't know. This scene could be game-changing. Here we see the male protagonist getting chased around by a Rockruff. Now, the only problem is the Rockruff isn't exactly behind the trainer, which sort of raises some questions, but maybe that's an improvement of the following Pokemon feature that was introduced in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Maybe the Pokemon doesn't have to be right behind you, because remember, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they were sprites. So it doesn't exactly, maybe they don't have to exactly follow right behind you. Maybe if you run too fast, you can outspeed them or sort of run in circles around them. But that Rockruff could also belong to the trainer on the left over there, and maybe it's just an interactive thing that happens when you're in this area. That could be something, but we don't know for sure. I don't want to get my hopes up, but the musical note on top of the Rockruff, or you know, in that speech bubble, it's exactly like what happens in Heart Gold and Soul Silver when a Pokemon is following you, so that could be a huge hint. Aside from this though, I don't really think there's anything in this trailer, just the Alolan starters with the female protagonist and the whole ritual that happens. Actually, there is something in this trailer that I wanted to show you guys. The Z-Ring. Obviously, a lot of people say that this is Necrozma infused Z-Ring and it's the ultimate Z-Ring, but we don't know exactly what it does. This is really awesome, by the way, the male protagonist. A lot of people thought that this was gameplay from the Switch just because it looks that good. The blurriness of the male protagonist also gives it that cinematic look, which I think is what really makes it look good. It makes it look like it doesn't belong on this system, but the developers did a good job with this, regardless of what they did to make it look that way. And now we see the female protagonist showing off the Z-Ring. I really wish that they had shown the same exact gameplay like this, but with the female protagonist. I think that would have been really awesome. But one thing to take from this scene right here is Professor Kukui in the back with an Alolan Executor. That means that Professor Kukui is back, and that is something that not everybody knew. Other than Professor Kukui, you might not have noticed this, but right behind the female protagonist, Hala is standing right there. I didn't notice it at first, so when I first saw it, I was like, wait. It's a really weird realization to make, but you can see his arms right there. Some people say it's Hao, but I really don't think so. His arms are way on the side of his body, so unless Hao got thick, there's no way that this is not Hala. And here we see some Z moves. Nothing really special though, they all kind of look the same. Here at the very end of the trailer, you can see a star all the way in the back with some eyes. Some people are saying it's a new Pokemon, but honestly, I just think it's a symbol of sort of, I don't know, Necrozma and Solgaleo and Lunala. But I don't know, I guess it could be a new Pokemon, but I really doubt it. Aside from this, they show Duskform Lycanroc again, and that's basically the end of the trailer, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on the Japanese trailer because there was a lot of stuff in here. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.